weather, affordability, lifestyle, time. This is what Calgary has to offer and why so many people have been moving to Calgary from other areas such as Vancouver, such as Toronto. Do you know, let's start from the beginning. When you first move here and you purchase a house, the thing about Calgary is there's no over-the-top closing costs. You don't have land transfer tax. You don't have GST or PST on new builds. So if you're buying $1 million home here in Calgary, on average for a home inspection and your lawyer fees, you should be around $2,000 out the door, said and done. That should be roughly your closing cost when it comes to purchasing a house, outside of obviously, down payments, lender fees, things like that. Secondly, so now you just moved here, you just bought a house, you're saving a bunch of money, and you didn't spend a ton of money on closing costs. So let's talk about time. Do you know what the average commute time is in Calgary? The average person in Calgary commutes 24 minutes a day. The average person in Toronto commutes around 56, and Vancouver about 30 minutes. You're talking about 6 minutes a day from Calgary to Vancouver, and you're talking about double plus the time from Toronto to Calgary. So now you have a lot more time on your hands. Now, what are you going to do with that time? Say you want to go out with the kids. You want to go out for dinner. You want to, go to the mountains on the weekend. You wake up at 8 a.m. and next thing you know, you're in Lake Louise going skiing at 10:30. That is what Calgary has to offer. Lifestyle, time, affordability. Let's talk about the weather real quick because that's the biggest drawback. Calgary. The weather, obviously you can't deny it. You have snow. You have the ups and downs of that. You have colder weather. You have warmer weather. We have Chinooks. The biggest thing I never hear anyone talking about, though, is the type of winter it is. The amount of people I've helped move from BC to Calgary, and the weather, they say, it's not as bad as I thought. It's because when you're in BC, you are talking about a much more humid climate. The cold there, when it gets down to like -1, -2, you're chilled to the bone. You don't get that way in Calgary. I would say maybe you're looking at like an equivalence of like maybe -15 here could be pretty equivalent to maybe a -1 over there, or, maybe around 0. Because again, it's a much drier cold, so it's a lot easier to handle. You can bundle up and you'll stay warm, whereas necessarily over in BC, that might not always be the case. So the winter's not as bad as you'd expect. Plus, we only maybe have, in my opinion, 3 or 4 weeks of the year that is actually like bad winter. The rest of it, you'll get -20, you'll get a bunch of snow, then you'll have a Chinook come through for a week and you'll be up to +5. Can you handle that if that means affordability, more time, and more memories with your family? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you on the next one.